Welcome to the Bruce Williams channel. I have an underrated watch brand in front of the camera that I have yet to feature on my channel, and in full transparency, this watch was gifted to me. But that aside, I am going to be objective. We'll take a look at the positives, we'll take a look at the negatives, and just to spoil the video here, this watch is so impressive. There are very few negative elements and a lot of positive elements. In fact, I would have to say that this watch is the most value-rich, nicest field watch that I have seen in a long time. So for a sub $1,000 price model, this one is going to be hard to beat. Now, this is the Circula ProTrail. It is made in Pforzheim, Deutschland, and you will see made in Germany printed on the dial and engraved into the case back. This is crafted out of 316L stainless steel that has been hardened to a value of 1,200 Vickers. It is mostly sandblasted, but there will be a couple sections of frosted, brushed, and polished finishing. Inside the case is an iron movement shield or cage, a Faraday shield in a sense, and this will shield the Swiss-made movement from magnetic fields. It is resistant to a value of 80,000 amperes per meter, which will be the same value as a Rolex Milgauss. Now, this movement is an SW200-1 Elabore grade caliber. It will not have a go state position and is regulated in Pforzheim to a value of -5 to +7 seconds per day for accuracy, which is just outside of chronometer specifications, which is -4 to +6 seconds per day. So this is a solid movement, and I find it a positive that this could be serviced by any watchmaker, unlike in-house movements where you, especially if they're new, you have to send them to a specific service center. Now, I tested 41 hours of power reserve in this movement, and it has been running for me at +2 seconds a day. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more exciting. We'll take a closer look at the dial. At first glance, this just looks like a nice sand color dial with legible Arabic printed markers. It's well laid out, it's balanced, but upon closer inspection, you'll notice a lovely traditional blued finish to the hands. The hour hand goes all the way to the raised outer plane of the dial, and the minute hand will reach all the way to the sharp railroad index track. The lower inner dial plane will have faint concentric circle texturing that's very traditional. I think that goes nicely with the railroad track. And then there will be blue 13 to 24 hour indexing found on that lower inner dial plane. This is all visible under a slightly curved and proud set sapphire crystal that has double ARC layers on the underside of the crystal. Now, again, to me, this just looks like a nice field style dial. A no date, it's easy to read, it's simple, but you go into a dark room or a low light environment and you will see the entire outer dial plane is lumed. Not only that, but the lume is really powerful. So it looks excellent in low light or no light conditions. The hand lume glows a cyan blue and the dial plane glows green for a bitone lume application. And I just find this unexpected because you can't tell that the dial is partially lumed in normal lighting conditions. The printing here is crisp and the sand color of the dial is uniform, whether you're looking at the concentric texturing area or the lumed area. It all looks the same. So I think Circula did an exceptional job with the dial, with the details, and certainly with the lume execution. Even the signed crown will have a lumed area here for the signature, and this is a thread down crown and will help ensure the 150 meters of water resistance. Now let's take a look at the fit. For reference, my wrist is 7.25 inches in circumference. The 40 millimeter watch sits flat and is sub 12 millimeters in overall height if you measure it to the top of the bezel. The curved sapphire will take the total height up to 13.2 because it sits a little proud of that bezel. And then the 46 millimeter lug to lug distance just makes this comfortable on almost any wrist size. I do enjoy the linear or angular case design, and I think this looks like no other field watch on the market. The bracelet is well made. It's also hardened to 1,200 Vickers. The links have full articulation, they're rather short, and each link is connected with a screw pin. The clasp is signed, it's milled, and it has 3 different adjustment positions, so you can get a good fit on the bracelet. But it is a traditional micro adjustment, and unfortunately, not a toolless quick adjust system. So I think that this would be my only real suggestion that's not subjective to Circula for improvement in future releases to get that toolless micro adjustment system, though I don't think that this is a deal breaker as is. Now to summarize, I look at this release, I look at this ProTrail, and really it checks every box for me. It's an independent family-owned brand. It's truly made in Germany, but it's still easily serviced. It's an original design that is comfortable and legible and versatile. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's not too tall. It has very nice attention to detail, especially on the dial under the macro lens. I absolutely love the Lume. This is anti-magnetic, it's accurate, it's scratch resistant. It comes with a very nice bracelet option that I think is solid and feels well built. And then I have consumer choice with 6 different dial options from Circula, as well as a strap or a bracelet option. And then lastly, I just find this to be an underrated brand. I mentioned in the beginning, I've never featured this brand on my channel before. It's not commonly posted online. It's not commonly talked about. And personally, I enjoy finding these types of brands when there are excellent releases like this one and then wearing it. So I find that a positive. The pricing is $799 for the strap option and $949 for the bracelet option. So either way you go, you're going to be under $1,000 retail price. And then I just consider what Circula is bringing here with the hardening and the sizing and the lume and the details and the movement, the regulation, the Faraday shield. I look at everything. And then I look at the retail price, and I just don't think that I've come across a brand recently that offers more for the money. This almost feels like how Sinn was like 10 years ago when you got great watches for seemingly a steal of a deal. I'm getting the same type of vibes here with this ProTrail. So I'll be excited to wear this one in my own watch rotation. All links will be below. Please reach out with any questions. I'll do my best to answer those questions. And if you found this video enjoyable or helpful, I would really appreciate if you could like it and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching today.